Tulsi Gabbard, this extreme right-wing Democrat, has been providing cover for Republicans for years, attacking Democrats because that's where she gets her money. She's pathetic, and the media that called her a progressive for her clearly right-wing presidential campaign should be ashamed of the entire organization. It was clear at the time that no one should listen to Tulsi Gabbard. On progressive issues, it is clear that she is making this statement right now to sway the election back in Republicans' favor. And, let's face it, run for office as a Republican. So let's take a look at this crazy conspiracy idiot. And remember, this is National Coming Out Day. She is going to not give a single example and lob ad hominem attacks because there is no support for Republican bigotry at all.
No longer remain in today's Democratic Party that's under the complete control of an elitist cabal of warmongers who are driven by cowardly wokeness, who divide us by racializing every issue and stoking anti-white racism.
Are we cowards or warmongers? The warmonger claim is because we're not allowing Russia to take over Ukraine, because this might cause Russia to launch nuclear weapons, and that's the reason why we're warmongers, because we don't support Russia's invasion in Ukraine. And we're cowards because Republicans have to be the big boys with those guns, and they gotta be the alphas. Yeah, Tulsi knows her racism and stupidity very well because that is who she is.
Who actively work to undermine our God-given freedoms that are enshrined in our Constitution, who are hostile to people of faith and spirituality, who demonize the police but protect criminals at the expense of law-abiding Americans.
Blue states have lower crime. No one demonizes the police. Everyone wants to believe the police are there to protect us. It's just the fact that there is multiple videotape evidence that the police are committing crimes and violating civil rights. And all Democrats want to do is get out the bad ones that are not lowering crime. What a surprise.
Who believe in open borders, who weaponize the national security state to go after their political opponents, and above all, who are dragging us ever closer to nuclear war. Now, I believe in a government that's of the people, by the people, and for the people. Unfortunately, today's Democratic Party does not.
Open borders? Who's the deporter-in-chief? Obama. Go after political opponents? She is whining that Twitler had a warrant served on him because he stole classified documents, refused to get them back, and told the government he had them and willing to trade them for other stuff. I mean, the sheer stupidity of this should be brought out every single time. Like Twitler saying he lost the election. Every single time we should point out the fact that, Twitler was the president of the United States, had the Senate and the Justice Department, and still not man enough to stop the Democrats from stealing elections? What a beta. Democracy, as in Republican Nazis have to gerrymander the states to win, and they still lose the national vote for the presidency 7 out of the last 8 elections. Tulsi's stupidity isn't all that hard to figure out. She has always been willing to give it up for cash. Check out some of her Fox News propaganda work.
You don't sound like a Democrat to me. I hereby, you can raise your right hand, you're definitely a conservative. So, anyway,
always a pleasure, Sean.
She has been a conservative since she ran for the presidency. And as the conservatives have gone more insane, so has she. Her job to support the right wing was to go on Fox propaganda network and say we should all support Republican policies because those seem logical.
Instead, it stands for a government that is of, by, and for the powerful elite. Now, I'm calling on my fellow common sense, independent-minded Democrats to join me in leaving the Democratic Party. If you can no longer stomach the direction that the so-called woke Democratic Party ideologues are taking our country, then I invite you to join me.
Yes, leave the Democratic Party and join the Republicans in diving down her insane rabbit hole, pretending that this is a surprise or the media isn't covering this as she is a principled Democrat having issues with what the party and the real differences. And, these are just serious policy differences that she hasn't provided a single instances of. And it's all rhetorical. And the level of the rhetorical stupidity should be disqualifying for anyone listening to her. They are pretending that she was a progressive 2 years ago because she said she was. That is it. Whatever lie comes out of the right-wing mouth, the media has to repeat it. So if you like those videos, please help. The YouTube algorithm is horribly biased against, progressives. And the Republicans have massive amounts of money just to buy it off. So every time you like, every time you put a comment down below, helps us out. So like, subscribe, and if you really want to help the environment, down below is a link to a GoFundMe page where it has a brand new power generation that is 0% carbon emission and one of the cheapest productions of electricity the world has ever had. So go down, help us out.